Hey folks, another episode today. So, been a little bit of a gap here in the episode of dayness. However, I'm playing Satisfactory. Satisfactory came out about 12 hours ago, give or take. It came out, well, in early access. It is not complete. It is in early access, and there are quite a few bugs so far. However, it's very much playable, so I am. I put about 6 hours into it so far, and been building my mega factory. This is my first run of the game as well, so I'm just being very fastidious and planning and plotting using my Factorio skills that I've brought over. This is a big space elevator. Also got a few other things that we've got going here. Where to start? So, it's like Factorio, or yeah, Factorio is the closest one, but it's in 3D. And so you mine ore. The ore you produce is taken to machines. Those machines then smelt the ore into iron, usable iron, and then you have to do things with that usable iron. In this case, this iron goes down there into the lower half. And up here we have copper, because over there, under my crosshair, is another miner, and that miner is bringing copper all the way over to here, into the mega factory. Over here is a power station. This was built by Atomic Blom. We've had some server play on this map. It's pretty cool. You can just invite your friends to come and play on the map you've been working on, which is rad. No need to start a new server or something like that. You just invite them on and there they are. But it's all for the purposes of a company called Fixit. It's about F-I-C-S-I-T, Fixit. And you send things to them. In this case, they want 500 modular assemblies, or modular frames, and 150 motors that they want sent up to them. And this is the purpose of the space elevator, is to send this mega corporation, this mega space corporation, the things that they require to exploit this planet, which we're doing. We are exploiting the heck out of this planet. And let me show you how we are exploiting it. So, that iron comes into the smelters and gets smelted, where it is being stored in a storage container as a buffer. And then it's getting split into these 3 constructors, these things going off. Love the animations. The animations make it so worthwhile. Sit here and let you appreciate that for a second. And this is making iron rods. And these 2 here are making iron plates. And then those iron rods and iron plates, they're going, there he is, Atomic Blum. They're going into their own buffers. This buffer has iron rods and this buffer has iron plates. And then those iron rods and iron plates, they're coming out here, and I'm splitting off some iron rods because they're going to be used for other things and not just this one thing. And this here set of iron rods is going up into this constructor. And this constructor is making screws. Why is this constructor making screws? Well, this constructor is making screws to feed this assembler, which is an entirely new machine, which takes 2 inputs rather than 1. 2 inputs to make 1 object, and it's making reinforced iron plates. So yeah, and the plates are coming from the plate stock over here, which will likely need to be split again at some point. Oh, there was some good lag then. Which will likely need to be split again at some point because it'll be reused for other things. And over here we've just got a small setup, which is digging up limestone and making concrete, although I think it's stopped because we are completely full on concrete. And concrete isn't used for anything else so far. It's just used as a building material, so I can make my giant mega factory. And because, of course, it's Factorio 3D, right? So there's a third dimension. So we can go upstairs. And we've got, again, 2 smelters, which are being fed copper ore And that copper ore is being turned into ingots, which again is being merged. And it's being fed into a buffer, which is again being filled. Which is going into 4 different constructors, all making wire. Copper wire. And then that's being buffered in this one. So as you can see, the kind of flow of the factory so far as it comes in here, it comes across, and then it comes round, and then it's going to go back this way, and it's going to be like a DNA chain and go like that, snaking back and forth for as long as it needs to. So yeah, Satisfactory, it's really awesome. I've enjoyed my time so far, and I've enjoyed being fastidious with it and making it pretty because I can. Obviously some parts of the base aren't finished yet, and the upstairs doesn't even have a roof. Atomic has done all the power wiring for this, so he's laid out all the power so that the power can do things. I'm not totally sold on the layout of this assembler and screw maker and so on, so I've only temporarily hooked up power lines going from strange places into these, but all these are well organized. This goes here, which goes to this power pole, and then there's one for each of these constructors, and that splits off from that power pole. There's a power pole back here which feeds these 2 smelters, and it's all organized nicely downstairs as well. And then we've got this walkway that comes through here across to our friend the hub. The hub is kind of like, if I look on the map up the top, you'll see that there's a home symbol, that is marked by your hub, and in this case the hub is where you do your research. So in here I can, in order to acquire steel production, I need to provide 50 rotors, 10 modular frames, 1,000 wire, and 200 cables. And all of that is relatively trivial for me, so it'll be good to actually produce some of that and get that steel production. Not that I'm really sure what steel production is for so far, but you know, it's like Factorio, you research because you can. And when you've got all the resources ready for that, it's taken up by this little drone into outer space and delivered to wherever the Fix-It Corporation happens to be outside of the stratosphere. So it's pretty cool. And the map is enormous. I'm just in a desert area right now, but the whole world is connected in a 30 kilometer squared map. And I have not really seen any other biomes. I've seen the edges of some other biomes, but I have done a lot of traveling so far, and I've only really dared venture a certain distance.
There we go. I think I've done all my obligations for the night.
Hello, I am recording.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello,
Oops,
YouTube.
Rorax is offline. No.
I am not. That is untrue. So I was just telling them about our glorious work in building this mega factory.
Nice.
And the space elevator and the who's it, what's it's, and the smelters and the things and stuff.
Now, let me in. Let me in. I must play this game.
It's very addictive. It's very addictive. Anyway, I'm going to get back to playing with Atomic, y'all, and so thank you for popping in.
Bye.